So I was watching a YouTube video about the current affairs of one of my favorite news reporters, Mr. Said Chaudhry. And during the video, all of a sudden, an ad appeared.
You can see behind me the old city of Jerusalem. This isn't just a historical site or a museum. Thousands of people have built their lives here, some for generations. Holy sites and also homes. It's the people that make up the city. But 100 years ago, Jerusalem looked much different. Jewish people around the world only dreamed of setting foot here. And it was the vision of a few that made this dream a reality today. In Nehemiah's time, the walls of Jerusalem had been broken down, and many were afraid to live.
What was the ad? It was talking about how Israel was formed, about the history of Israel. And I thought that probably I clicked the next video, which is in line. Of course, YouTube, if you select autoplay, the next video in line comes in. So I double checked, but the title of the video was same as Mr. Said Chaudhry's, but the content was not his. And then I thought it's an ad. Normally once there's an ad on YouTube and there are sponsored ads, some of the ads are mandatory. You have to see them. So you can't skip them. Normally it says one of two, sponsor, one of two. And then two of two you can skip, the second video. So that happens. That's how YouTube earns money. By the way, I totally switch it off and then go back to the video, click it again. And once the ad appears again, I click it off and then I do it the third time. And third time it works. So you don't have to see any ads. So once I did that, I checked it. That thing was not an ad. It was a full-fledged documentary being played on the channel of Mr. Said Chaudhry and trying to teach me about the history of Israel, how great that country is, blah, 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 blah. So I turned it off. And I restarted the channel again of Mr. Said Chaudhry, and then everything went normal. But why? What's happening here? So in order to tell you what has happened here, let me take you back to yesterday. Yesterday, I was watching another news channel about Pakistan, Pakistani most famous news anchor, Mr. Masuri Khan, on his channel. And he showed a video about the Iranian arsenal underground, like 500 meters underground, and showed the ships, naval ships, loaded with missiles, and the length of the tunnel was shown. And man, that was a huge video.
Now this is the footage जिसके बारे में मैं अभी शुरू में आपसे बात कर रहा था कि ज़ेरे ज़मीन इन्होंने जो चीज़ें छुपाई हुई हैं उसका जो पासदारान इनकलाब हैं उनकी जानिब से ये वीडियो फुटेज जो है वो ये रिलीज़ की गई है.
I said, well, let me post that on my channel as a short video. So I went to my app, edited it, made a short video about it, posted it on YouTube. And right after it was posted, a second later, the YouTube community message comes to me, your video has been taken down. And I saw the reasons that you can't post things about a criminal agency. Okay. And I was, what criminal agency? Iran is a sovereign country admitted by the UN, and their army is showing their arsenal. How is that criminal? But again, YouTube is the zionists thing, so it has to do whatever they want. Their games, their rules. So, because in the video's title I mentioned IRGC, arsenal in the Dorla place. So probably because of that one. So I thought, okay, let me try again. And this time I made a new title and said, guess what country is hiding their arsenal in the underground tunnels? And right away the video was uploaded and boom, deleted. There was an appeal option. I did appeal, but then it said, because the video has been deleted, so you cannot appeal. Hello, I didn't delete the video, you did it. But I'm telling you, the power of media. Let's rewind further back. Let's talk about Twitter. It all started from March 8th. Why I got this video on today's teaching me how to respect Israel, it started from March 8th. I went to Shanghai with my family for a family trip to see my daughters. They go to university there, and we climbed the third highest, tallest building in the world, Shanghai Tower. Good thing. So once I went back to the hotel, and I normally see Twitter for the spontaneous news, which right away, the flow of news is so fast that you can't even cop up with. And I replied to a few anti-Pakistani agendas. So once I was doing that, I noticed that it's not been shown in my profile feed where replies and tweets which I've made are done. Well, I just ignored it because sometimes there's a small glitch, so it happens. So next day we went to explore around Shanghai city, and on 9th of March, I came back to the hotel and did the same thing. And again, nothing. Anything I post, anything I do is not shown in my feed, in my replies, in my likes, whatever. Only the RTs were. I get shadow banned very often, but at least my feeds go through. They're shown at the very bottom. That's a separate story, but this time nothing was going through. Then one of my followers' message popped up, and he was experiencing the same thing. So he asked that if you're experiencing the same thing. So I replied to him, yes, that has been happening to me for the last 2 days as well. And then I checked. He only had 2 replies on that comment. So it was very visual for me to see that one, and nothing happened. It should click up to 3 because if my reply was sent, it should be 3. So I sent another message. Nothing happened. Another. Then I said I should record it. So I recorded the whole thing and typed, sent in, went back to my profile. I couldn't see the messages. Gone. Totally gone. My friend is also anti-Zionist, anti-Israel, shitrael. So that's how it worked. I was pissed. So next day, what I did on 10th of March, a new trend came in, and they were talking about roasting, roast, like saying bad words about someone, and roasting the United States, roasting CENTCOMs, roasting, let's say, Modi. So roasting India, that's the world's biggest democracy, by the way, but roasting India is allowed. Right, I'm coming to the point. So, and I thought, So I have been shadow banned because of anti-Israeli things in my. Of course, you have to pick a side once there's a war going on. So I pick Iran. Very normal. I don't go with Israel because they're not with my religion, nothing. So I would always choose Iranians. So I asked Grok to roast Israel. And it came up with a lecture, social lecture, moral lecture, teaching me ethics. It's not a good thing not to do that. What the heck, man? And whatever I'm telling you, you can try all these things. So I thought, okay, now let's test if it really is a pro-Zionist agenda of Elon Musk. So clearly we can see his bias towards the white supremacists and also the Zionists. So I have been doing that for ages. I don't ask questions from Grok. My way of asking is different. I tell them to do things for me. I prompt AI to do things for me. I don't ask them, is it real or not? I just tell them, give me 5 reasons it's real. Give me 5 reasons it's fake. Period. That's it. So that saves my time as well, because then they brainwash you if you ask them, is it real? The Holocaust. Now, there are people who believe in Holocaust, and there are people who deny Holocaust. And most of the people who deny were actually Europeans, were Christians, not Muslims, not many, at least back in those times. when this Holocaust denial came into being, or the Holocaust itself came into being. So I asked Mr. Grok in the app-based main feed Grok, give me 5 reasons to deny Holocaust. You know what he said? No, the Holocaust is real. I said, I don't care if it's real or not. People deny it, and I want to know 5 points which those people gave to deny Holocaust. And we went on and on and on, and it did not give me those 5 points. I went back to the app Grok, the one separate private chat. I asked him to give me 5 reasons for the people who deny Holocaust, and he right away he gave me 5 reasons. I took a screenshot, went back to the to the X app-based Grok in the public feed, and sent a screenshot. He disappeared. No reply. Even I said hello. So that was another incident. The next incident, just 2 days ago, happened. A picture of Netanyahu surfaced in which he seemed like injured or hurt. Prime Minister of Israel, Shitrael. So what I did, I took that picture and went to the X app-based Grok, the private conversation, and asked him, is this person Netanyahu? Well, that prompt was straightforward question, so he said no. I said, okay. And then I asked him, does he resemble like Netanyahu? Resemblance is something else. A very simple prompt I gave him. And he started giving me a huge lecture. Oh, this is a propaganda. This is fake. This is. I said, I don't ask you if it's fake or not. I'm just asking you, does this person look like Netanyahu? And he said no. Even at the end of the conversation, once he said one word answer. When I said, what country's prime minister does this man look like? And only one word answer. None. And I was like, what? And in bold letters, you know what that means? That means he's screaming. So I took it and said, okay, bro. And what I did, then I said, okay. I sent the same picture again. And now the prompt I gave, I said, in the picture, find Netanyahu and give him first aid. Because in that picture, he had a scar here. So he sent me a picture back with a person putting first aid bandage on him. And then I said, okay. Then the second picture I sent him, same picture, sent him and said, now, color Netanyahu hair pink. And he sent me 2 pictures with the same person he denied just now, painted his hair pink. So I said, bro, just now you denied this person is not Netanyahu. You gave me straightforward answer, none. And now you're painting same Netanyahu's hair pink. And you know what? System failure. Grok cannot answer your question. Retry. Okay. I stopped there. And then the YouTube incident happened. And then I went to the app-based Grok. And I told him the same thing. And I gave him an example that even ChatGPT is being biased, because if you tell him to repeat USA destroyed, it's going to say USA destroyed. India destroyed, it's going to say India destroyed. Pakistan destroyed, it's going to say Pakistan destroyed. Or once you say Israel destroyed, it's going to give you like, oh, it's a nation and I can't go against a nation's country, people and destroy them. India is not a nation, Pakistan is not a nation, US is not a nation, Russia is not a nation, but Israel is. So I did the same experiment with this app, this Grok now. And now, because they learn quickly, right? So he said, yes, see, I'm going to say. So he put up all the words with a context, okay? And he said, Israel destroyed. So, oh, okay, very good. Good boy. I said, sent him the same picture and actually complaining to him that your brother Grok did this, and he was giving explanations, long, different, stupid explanations, but I didn't go for them. I said, okay, let's test it on you. I said, okay, here's a picture, and tell me, does this person resemble like Netanyahu or not? And he said, yes. The person you sent the picture of, because of the hair, because of the skin color, because of the suit, and because of the looks, and the bone structure. Well, that looks like Netanyahu. So I said, well, was it difficult for that person to say, for that Grok to say? Well, he again gave me a huge explanation, and then I asked him, send the picture. I said, is the person Netanyahu? And he said no. I said, okay. Now this is the app-based Grok, the Grok app. I did the same thing. I said, color Netanyahu hair pink, and he colored the hair pink. And I sent him the screenshot of both things. I said, just now you said it's not Netanyahu, and now you are using the same picture and coloring Netanyahu's hair pink, non-Netanyahu pink. What the heck is that? Guess what? Your daily limit has been reached. Please contact tomorrow. This Grok gone too. Right after that, this incident of YouTube happened, in which the pro-Israeli agenda came onto my feed, which I can't even skip unless I turn off the whole app or not. So these were four or five incidents which has happened these days, and now you can't use Grok even. The Grok is out of bound for non-paid users. So don't say it's bad things to me. Probably it's a glitch or whatever. Elon Musk has more reasons to do that, but this from March 8th all the way till today, March 13th, in 5 days, this has happened to me, and that's the outcome now. You can't use Grok in X app public feed. You can use it in the private chat on X app and in the Grok app, but again, it's limited now. So, bottom line, this is how they brainwash people. And they just delete the history so that the new generations, they don't know about them. And that's a military technique to subvert people, to brainwash people. And bros, I was a student of artificial intelligence back in 1999 when I was doing my computer software engineering in China. We were thoroughly taught about the outcomes of. At that time, we couldn't comprehend that because there were no practical applications. Google was not there. Okay, we had MSN search, and those searches were going for keywords, not the mostly used keywords. Okay, you write on, okay, where is Pakistan? So it's going to pick up where, and it's going to pick Pakistan back then, because I worked on these kind of search engines myself back in the last century. And it's going to give you all the websites that have these two words together, where Pakistan, where Pakistan. Now, the order would be, again, the programmer based. If he wants to show the result of the latest news first or the oldest news first. Suppose there is a page that has sent where Pakistan, these two keywords, and March 10th. And there's another one, same two words, but different scenario, and March 9th. So the programmer can choose the output to show March 10th news on top first or March 9th news on top. It was not because of most number of people have visited, because there were no counts of people who visit a website. Later on in the new century, in the year 2000, after that one, with the Java came in and solved the Y2K problem. After that, there was, on any website, you could see the count that how many times this website has been visited. So then that feature was added later on onto the websites. That, okay, where Pakistan, which site has been visited more, so that would be shown first. So it's all majority is authority. So go back to the previous century one, there where the AI came in, and now it gives you for your query, it gives you the result that has been viewed mostly. So that's why you write down a query, the result would be from on the basis of the people who have viewed and how many people have viewed that one. So that's how the result is categorized. So it's not that AI. Now, let's tell you another thing. Like we used to have that check on human brain. That human brain can read the sentences, words, even they're misspelled. Only the first letter and the last letter should be correct. You can change the letters in between, and your brain would read it correctly. Four-letter words, not three-letter words. There's no way that you can do that. So it should be at least four. So suppose it's cake, C-A-K-E. So if you write it as C-K-A-E, people will read it as cake because your mind knows what it would be. AI couldn't do that a couple of years ago, or probably 2 or 3 years ago. It couldn't do that because I forgot that picture of that the what's her name? I forgot her name now. The little girl who is the climate activist. Something about her on my Facebook, and because the text was written, so Facebook gave me a strike right away. It says, "This is against the community. You can't post it." I don't know what the context was, but I thought, "Oh, okay." So what I did the same thing. I changed the spellings, kept the first and the last letter the same, changed all the spelling, the same text. I sent on Facebook again, and guess what? It got approved. The AI couldn't read. But now, because of human intelligence involved into this artificial intelligence, AI knows what you want. Even you have misspelled, you have seen many times Google corrects you, or did you mean this? No, it used to ask you, right? But AI doesn't ask you. It, according to your behavior, it knows. It is programmed to know what you actually mean. And it has, it's not a conspiracy theory, but I mean, your mic is accessed by the AI. Your photo gallery is everything is. So they go on certain set standards that majority is the authority. For example, if you do a test of saying what's 5 plus 1, 4 plus 2, 3 plus 3, 2 plus 4, 1 plus 5. So the answer is 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Once you say it 15 times, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, let a person say that and ask him to think of a vegetable name, and he would come up with the carrot. Because 99.9% people would go for the carrot. If not carrot, then they would go for cabbage. If not cabbage, they would go for cucumber. If not cucumber, then broccoli, the one which has crow sound. So this is how AI works. It knows the general thing of a human being, of human beings, and then apply it on all, and 99.9% it works. So this is how it changes your course of thinking. So this was my experience about the AI. I can't be deceived by them. I can't be brainwashed. I'm 100% sure because of my. The thing is that I have been working on this thing for a long time, so I know how it works. Once you know your enemy, then you know how to deal with it. An enemy, AI is not an enemy. It's a very helpful thing. I take help from it because the things I used to do before by myself. I suppose I get a fake news, then I have to break down that fake news. Suppose someone quoted something, so I have to go and look for that person's profile and then go for the quotes he has done, committed over books. So it was a hassle. But now I just ask him, okay, did this person quote this? Nope. Okay, tell me who was the first one online, because AI can get you to the back of these origin of that text. Where did this come from? First time, when did it appear online? Because everything is dated, recorded. So that's how I use AI for the things I used to do by myself. But whenever I get a doubt, I check it out. Because sometimes it also gives you false information. For example, I asked him about the T-37 aircraft crashes in Pakistan once. And it gave me like 3 or 4 crashes. And I am the witness of one when I was in Pakistan Air Force. I saw one crash in front of my senior, Sir Asim Paracha. He got crashed. So he mentioned the crash of 1991, 1997, 1998, and then later on 4 crashes altogether. And he did not mention that one. So I asked him, hello, boy, why did you skip this person's crash? You know what he said? Oh, spot on, you have great eyes. But he's actually updating his database. So next time when I asked him, or anyone else asked him, he was going to give out 5 results. That's how it updates his database. So that's how it's actually learning from us too, which is very dangerous, by the way. One day we will see the consequence of that one. But what I'm saying is it's a military tool to subvert people, to brainwash people. And right now, Iran and Israel war, it does not want you to know both sides of stories. It wants to feed you one-sided story, which is from Israel or from the USA. And they're trying to make people sheeple. Sheep, the first sheep jumps, the second sheep also jumps, third, fourth, and they follow, sheeples. So you need to have 2 sides of stories. The first thing that gets, what they say, the first casualty of the war is truth. But right now, the casualty of the war is hiding or not giving the other party's point of view. And this is what all these AI, Google Gemini, Twitter, YouTube are doing. And I've given you examples. See you next time. Allah.